Hello, friends. On air from Nashville, it's me, Ruth Rosen.
And on air from Seattle, it's me, Tim Tackett. In today's Let It Be podcast, we're going to talk about gifts. We don't mean something wrapped in a box with a pretty bow and given, but the quiet moments of peace life offers when we least expect them. We want to explore what it means to give yourself the gift of not worrying about tomorrow, a gentle reminder to pause, breathe, and let the present moment be enough. What if the greatest gift you could receive and not feel guilty for is the one you finally allow yourself to enjoy? Ruthe, I think this topic is so timely because you have a birthday next week, and I hope that you receive not
I
only
don't do
gifts,
birthdays anymore.
well,
No more.
whether you want them to come your way or not, they do. I hope you get a gift that just stops you in the middle of your walk and you just have some grand revelation of whatever gift has been presented to you.
Well, thank you, brother.
And Cole, your son, also has a birthday, in a couple of weeks too. So
Yeah,
just good timing.
I love that my birthday comes before his, because now that he's older, I can do unto others as
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
So make a big deal about my birthday, and Brandon's, Michael's, and Cole's follow mine.
That's funny.
One of these years, I'm going to use it.
My favorite thing was on my birthday, being like, "Mom, what'd you get me for my birthday?" And she'd say, "Same thing you got me, but a different color."
Exactly. Now I'm old enough to actually start saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive in.
How about I read our learned wisdom?
Okay, number 13.
Okay. All right, let's do it. If you find yourself experiencing a rare moment of normalcy, don't feel guilty. Soak it up and enjoy it. And give yourself the gift of not worrying about tomorrow. Sounds simple, but I don't really think it is.
So let me ask you a question, because I've been going over some of these notes we have. Why would someone feel guilty about living in a moment of normalcy? What does that mean?
Keeping it in context why I wrote it. Want to start there?
Sure.
Okay.
How long ago did you write this?
20 years ago. But my memory is still sharp, Tim.
Mm-hmm. Like a rusty trap.
Did you say rusty?
Slowly rusted over
Thank you.
time.
I don't think it has any rust on it yet, but thanks. So we were in the middle of Karla's 13-month journey. She was doing really great, still going to chemo weekly. She was hanging out with friends. She was just enjoying life. So we had gotten invited to Whitney's surprise birthday party in Hawaii. And
who's Whitney?
There was only Whitney, a girlfriend of mine.
Okay.
Yes. Whitney Padone, her husband at the time, surprised and planned it all. There was only, I think there was like 8 of us, 8 or 10 of us. It was very, very small. And so anyway, let me get to the story for you, because
Okay.
I like to tell long stories. So the point is that Karla is going through chemo. How on earth can me and Michael escape for a few days while she's in the middle of her chemo? That is why I felt guilty. But everybody assured me everything would be fine, and we went. That week, while she was in treatment, while I was gone, one of the psychologists, who's now my friend, Robin, she recorded Karla, and I didn't know that she recorded her. So I got a gift, not only of normalcy, but at any time I want to hear her sweet voice, I get to go back and listen to that.
Wow, that's a gift. That was an awesome gift.
Yeah.
So I think I understand then. So when you wrote this, you were not experiencing what people consider normalcy, like regular trip to the store, going to work, coming home, feeding the dogs.
Nope, none of that was normal.
I see. So how would you make this relatable to someone like maybe me?
Mm-hmm.
Not having a ton of adversity in my life right now. I have my health. My wife is healthy. We have our healthy dog. We have shelter. We have food. Like everything that should be provided for life. Like normal happens every day. So how do I, how would this be to someone like me? Or maybe it isn't. I don't know.
Well, but it's not always. Are there not times where you don't feel normal? When you're in the middle of Thanksgiving and Christmas in your world at work, how often Do you get up and start your day the way you are right now?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I'm on 2 weeks of vacation right now, so who
So
knows when I'm waking up?
well, and since I'm retired, yeah, I can feel that. Actually, I don't think I've taken a nap since I've been retired. But anyway, so I think that that's how you relate it. But imagine for a moment, Tim, that between Thanksgiving and Christmas, all that grocery world shopping, imagine that being 12 months a year. You would forget what a normal routine felt like. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden, Bethany says to you, hey, let's take a day off and just go relax and enjoy ourselves. You get it?
it's funny. That's usually me telling her, "Hey, we need to take a day off. Let's relax." She works hard.
And I
I
think
get it.
that, but does that make sense?
It does. I think for the context of, when you're going to think about it, just and we've talked about this before. There's a book that I love. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I even brought it up with Maury D because she
Yes, you
talks a lot
did.
about living in the moment.
Yep.
But he's got a couple of books, The Power of Now and Practicing the Power of Now. And it's all about just you only live one day, and it's today. And so if you find yourself in a bit of normalcy when maybe your day or your week or year hasn't been normal, just take a moment and just look around. Take a deep
But
breath.
it's hard to, it's not that easy. It is not that easy, and especially when you're raising kids. Because if you do have a day that you feel like, oh, I can breathe today, then somebody gets sick, somebody has a crisis, somebody else needs you. So having that day to yourself feels guilty when other people need you.
Yeah.
A gift is something given freely without payment or expectation. I love that.
Yep.
From one person to another.
Doesn't even have to be a person.
Oh, could be a dog.
Could be the universe. I not believing in God. Even though I consider myself spiritual, I believe that the universe will provide gifts along the way. Okay, here's a good one. Okay,
Okay, go.
you're gonna
Okay, I
think
see
this
it
is
in you
like,
just lit up. Okay.
it brought us such a moment of laughter because it was so silly. But Bethany and I walked through Seahurst Park with Gordy in the mornings, and you'll see all these stickers on the backs of signs, like stop signs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one sticker had a guy, and he was just standing there, and he kind of was
Keep
like
it
doing
clean.
this, and it said, "My butt is a 3D printer."
Oh, Tim,
It doesn't
what did
make
that
any
have to do?
sense. It
What
doesn't
did
make
that
any
have to do
sense.
with what we're talking about?
It made me laugh. It made us laugh. Like that, just moment of like, what is this stupid sticker? But that is a gift, a moment of levity where we're, walking down the hill and focusing on Gordy. Is he okay? What's he getting into? What are we going to do today? And then all of a sudden it
So
was just
that
like,
person who put that sticker gave you a gift that day?
yeah, just a little
Okay.
levity in my morning. I thought it was funny. So the universe provided that for me. It's a small example, much like a beautiful sunset. That's a grand gesture that the world provides. So,
And you don't think that all of that comes from God?
I don't.
Okay, but can you explain to me where everything came from?
Oh man, that was a whole different episode, and we can't
The
even get into it.
sunset. The sun and the moon and the sunsets, you think they just appeared?
Yeah, it's a refraction of light based on the sun and the moon, and there's all sorts of science I don't understand about it, but science, it's a heck of a thing,
It
and
is?
the universe is big, and so that's what I believe in, is the big boom theory.
So you really don't think that God created everything?
I don't know. I don't believe it, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm excited just to do a little bit more research on that for you. That be okay?
Anytime you're going to do the research for me, appreciate it. Thank you. But I'll decide what I believe.
Always. And I love our conversations. It's like, and give yourself the gift of not worrying about tomorrow. What comes
I was
to
just
mind
going to
when
bring
you...
that. I was just going to bring that up because I love learning, as do you, like soaking up new knowledge. And
Yeah.
I saw that in your notes, and I knew it came from Matthew. I knew immediately because the night before, I was on Instagram, and I get these, I get scripture pops up on my feed sometimes, and I'll read it. Some are prayers, some are scriptures, and that popped up, and I read it, and I wish I could have remembered. I even read Matthew 16. I
So
couldn't.
did you go read further in these scriptures come up or something comes up? Do you ever pick up your Bible, then go look into it further?
I'm not quite there yet,
Okay.
but not quite there yet. But the fact that, this is showing up in my life, it's a new form of education. I mean, the Bible is built on a reality and a history. And that I love. Like when you say that you went to Rome and you got to stand in front of the door where Paul was held captive for 2 years. That happened.
Yeah.
Whether it had to do with God or not, that's where I kind of get lost. Put that aside.
Okay. Yeah.
But
We're
here's
gonna
a
put
man
that
who is
aside.
persecuted for his beliefs, which is, it sucks, but
Yeah.
that's a part of history. And so I think there's a quote that like all wars have been built on religion or had a foundation of religion somewhere behind it.
Oh, who said that?
I just said it.
I thought you said there's a quote somewhere.
There is, but I said it just now.
Okay, you said it. Okay.
Anyway, thanks for putting in, that part from Matthew because it lit up my day.
And I should know that Matthew scripture, but while we're chit-chatting, I'm going to look that up for us, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so here's something. Okay.
Okay.
Go. No, you go.
Well, I was wondering, could something bad or something malicious be a gift?
Absolutely.
So a
Bad?
gift, in essence, does not always need to be good.
That's correct. And this is like really deep, but I'm just going to throw it out there and you're going to think I'm crazy.
Oh,
And
awesome.
if somebody's listening who gets tired of me talking about God, I'm going to tell you something real that happened.
Okay.
But you
Is this
see,
the
Karla
UFO
was
story?
No, I don't have a UFO story. I do.
We'll get into that. I can't wait to remind you.
Is it when the airplane was coming in when I was pulled off the side of the road?
Oh, it was an airplane?
I think it was an airplane.
Man, you were so sure.
I know. I called you.
You were
Did
so
I call you that day?
You called the
Yes,
house, yep.
Yeah, I did. This was out in Lake Elsinore, and there has been some report out there, but no, that's a whole other conversation. But,
Okay. I distracted
so
you from
you did.
Sorry.
You asked me if gift could be bad or malicious. Yes, because it allows us to live in the valley, not on the mountaintop when everything's perfect. You live in the valley and then you get to build your character, dig deep in your soul, rely on God. But I will tell you, Tim, I know you're not going to believe me, but when Karla was diagnosed, for the first several days, I found myself crying myself to sleep until I got on my hands and knees and surrendered, but that's a whole other story. But in the middle of the night, with my eyes wide open, I heard the word, "It's a gift." Audible, not something I said in my mind, but I looked around. Michael was asleep, and I realized that it was talking to me. And I was so sure that when we started the foundation and when I wrote the book, I considered the gift as the title.
Wow. I had no idea.
So through bad circumstances, you can receive a gift and then you can turn that into joy. You can help others. You soul search. If you could do everything yourself and you think that you're doing it, then you're not relying on God. You're just relying on yourself. So sometimes we have to be broken down. We have to feel like we want to give up. We feel like I don't have the answers. And then becomes the gift of surrendering so that you truly don't worry about tomorrow. So, any other questions?
Oh, man. So many more. How loud was the voice?
Loud. Okay. So in the Bible, there are, and I know we're not, but I just want you to understand so you don't think I'm wacko or I'm trying to force it down you.
You
But
unload anything you want. I'm open.
Okay.
I'm an open book.
So there are times in the Bible where miracles were performed, but then Jesus said, don't tell anyone. Well, if a miracle was just performed, then I want to go tell everybody. But sometimes it's just for you. So if I started getting on a platform and told you how God talked to me, you would think I'm wacko. But it's up to me to take that audible that I heard and apply it to my life, my circumstances, because not everybody will feel like they've heard something. So I just don't want you to think that I'm wacko when I'm sharing something, but we are talking about the gift. And well, that's what came to mind. So Our friend Nikki got diagnosed with breast cancer shortly after Karla did. I wrote about her
Right.
in my
Yep.
book.
Yep.
Do you know the very first thing I said to her? Nikki, this is a gift. She looked at me. I don't know if she wanted to slap me or hug me, but I just said, there's going to be some really big goodness that comes from this. And from the moment I decided to let that word resonate in my soul and surrender, I still look at it as a gift, even though Karla's gone. The goodness that came from the foundation, I don't have to worry about her as a mom. I'm always worrying about those boys. So there's just so much goodness that can come from a bad gift as well. Have you ever got a bad gift, Tim?
Yeah,
Give me
absolutely.
one. Share
Well,
one. Besides the gifts I might have sent you. Okay, go.
yeah. Okay. A bad gift. I mean, we've talked about my dad. We've talked about
Mhm.
my previous dog. Um,
What about a relationship that was really bad, but it actually helped you love Bethany more?
my examples cannot be as good as yours. Yours is beautiful,
No, but they're
and
all good. But they're all
well,
good.
well, I mean, I could tell you something silly, maybe,
Okay,
or
good.
not profound. Okay, so I ordered a part for my new truck. I ordered these steps, these rock sliders. Took
Yes.
me a long time to find them. Found the perfect ones. They showed up a couple weeks ago. They sent me 2 pallets instead of one, and they're expensive. And I'm thinking to myself, all the things that I could do, like, oh man, I could just put one on, return the other, and say I want my money back, or sell them, and what do you think I did?
I think you called them and let them know that they sent you two. And they said, just keep the other one because it's too expensive to ship back.
They took care
Okay,
of all the
good.
shipping, but I did call them and I said,
Okay, of course you
hey,
did.
I just want to let you know you sent me 2. They're awesome.
Mhm.
I put one on. I put a pair on this weekend. Love them. But how do you want to handle this return? And I thought they were going to say the same thing. But I mean, these things are like $1,500. And so
Mhm.
shipping probably was a couple hundred. And they were like, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about rewrapping it or anything like that. We'll have someone come and get them. And so
Great.
they came the other day and picked them up. And I met this awesome lady. I was out working on the front of my house, and she comes out and she's like, Gordy's tied up out front. And she says, well, this is my lucky day. Look at this beautiful dog. And got to have a conversation
Oh,
with a person who also has lots of dogs, lives in the area, and told me about this great secluded park to take Gordy to. And I looked it up, and it's this like national park. And so we were thinking of going this weekend. But just what a cool connection that I made. And through my honesty, got to find this new piece of nature that I'm going to take my dog and my wife to, that I know is going to be a gift, and something at that park is going to be provided to me because of this honesty.
and as you're saying that, I'm like exploding with excitement inside because you answered the question. That gift that you got, you could have received as a gift, that extra, but then you would have had the other kind of guilt attached to it, or maybe you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have met that person outside if you weren't outside dealing with your honesty. So you were rewarded for your honesty. That's so awesome. But imagine if you would have got upset, I have to deal with this now. You didn't. You just went with it.
I had to go a little bit there to figure out, all the steps that happen. And I wrote the guy afterwards and I said, hey, Andrew, they came today. They picked it up. It's on your way there. I
So
know this would have been
terrific.
an expensive mistake. I love your product and I can't wait to buy more of your products. And
Great.
his response was, thank you for your honesty. Sorry for any hassle.
And there was no expectations other than you wanted to let him know how excited you were. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
If everything could be that great, but it can be. We just have to get there
Well, and
in
also
all circumstances.
in all circumstances, and you have to be able to identify. Like, if I just took this as a normal, routine thing that has to happen, I wouldn't notice that I had this great interaction. I
Mm,
wouldn't notice that I have a destination to look forward to. But while
right.
I'm there, I have to continue to do the work to figure out what gift is going to come from my adventure to this park. Because there's something waiting for me, us.
But it doesn't necessarily, that goes down to without payment or expectations. So sometimes we're so busy looking for the next that we forget to be present in the moment. And maybe that's it. That's all you got. That was a fabulous thing. And yes, the park is going to be fantastic, but you could show up and have a horrible experience because of whatever the case. Gordy gets rolling around in the rain. You get mud on your new shoes. I don't know. I'm just saying that it doesn't always, if we get lost in always looking for the next message, the next experience, what does that mean? What does that mean? Then all we're doing is looking for the next versus there might not be anything else.
Didn't you have some scripture that you read in a previous episode, though? I can't remember exactly, but it said, those who look for me will find me, or those...
Seek me with all your heart. But I don't think I didn't do that one. Did you read and you're not telling me?
No, you
Okay.
did. You read one that it was after you found your lucky charm for your bracelet, and it
Lucky
was...
charm was Karla's bracelet, and it was
Yeah.
a cross.
Yeah,
Yeah, I consider a cross lucky charm.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to look that up too. I don't feel like that was it. Seek. I don't feel like seek was in that, but maybe it was. So going back to it, a gift can be anything tangible or emotional.
I love those who love me, and those who seek me shall find me. I think that's what you said.
It's not ringing a bell.
Or was it John? I wrote it down.
No, I think I did. Yeah, I didn't do that one. I love
John
Proverbs.
4:48.
That's right, baby. I didn't
John
read Proverbs.
4:48.
So this is something too, Tim, but I'm going to give you a gift.
Okay, wait,
gift
I need to stop
emotion.
you. I want the gift, but we got to finish this real quick because I found it.
Okay, go.
Unless you see signs and wonders, you will never believe. That's what you said.
So was my audible a wonder, a sign? I know what I heard, and I never heard that before. And just like it talks about when Karla got diagnosed and we had the conversation in the middle of the night. Do you remember that? I think it's around chapter 3 or 4. She said she had a conversation with God, and her confidence and her voice, I had never heard that before. So I believe it. So if you ever felt like you wanted to read the Bible but didn't really know where to start, a friend of mine used to work for Let It Be, Soko. She said, then you pick up Proverbs, and whatever day of the week it is, you read that proverb for the day. There's so much wisdom in Proverbs. So that was just a tip. We don't have to sidebar, okay? All right, so here's another thing. I like that giving yourself the gift of not worrying about tomorrow is the freedom to rest, to be present, and to stop carrying the weight of what hasn't happened yet. How often do we do that? Do you do that, Tim?
As often as I can. Yes.
No. Wait, that was 2 parts. Do you focus? I think I focus. See, your mind went to the positive. My mind went to the challenge. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
What hasn't happened yet? Do you think about and worry about what hasn't happened yet?
How can I put this? I don't worry about the things that haven't happened yet as much as I worry about all the things that I need to do.
Okay.
Is that the same thing?
Yes and no. Because if you have to do it, then it's a to-do list. So you're worrying about what you still have to do. But I think this is referring when you give yourself the gift of not worrying about tomorrow.
Can I ask another question? Okay. So,
Okay, ask me a question.
When I've been thinking about this episode, this gift series that we brought up a few days ago, I had to ask myself, what is a gift and how is it different than a talent? And the more that I've gone through this conversation and the more that we've reflected upon what a gift is, I know now that I can tease them apart. But what would you say to people who are listening right now? What's the difference?
That is a difference. Talents is something that you are born with. It's a skill set that's in you, and it's up to you to figure out how to nurture that. You can't teach somebody how to garden. We can show them how to plant a plant, but gardening is a talent that you have been created with. Okay, I know I'm going really off track, but I want you to understand how I see it. It's something that you're passionate about, and that is a talent because God created us. So that's why you can't teach me how to engineer a building. I find it fascinating, but I couldn't do that because it's not my skill set. That talent is not within me. So my passion feeds my talent. And the more passion you have for something, it blossoms your talent. Now, a gift is something that is given to you.
What about opportunity? Opportunity is given to us to grow our
Absolutely.
talents.
That's right. An opportunity is a gift, right? Anne would say, I'd say something about a problem, and she goes, no, 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 it's an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
right? And an opportunity, if you stop to look at it and start looking at it like it's a gift instead of a result of something bad, you have two ways to look at it. Look at it as a gift, because that has a better outcome.
So would you say that my talent of gardening could provide a gift for someone else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So what do they
Absolutely.
mean when someone is described as being gifted? Wow, they're so gifted.
Well, I don't know. Jeez. Hold on a minute now. So gifted is also, but that can align with talented. And sometimes we use one word meaning another word, right? We use it in the same context, but it actually could have two separate meanings. So let's give an example. Come up with an example now that's a tangible that I could see right now that help me.
If someone's gifted?
Yeah, versus talented. Give me.
Got it.
Give.
Let's think of like a horse whisperer.
Can we go easier?
A dog whisperer? How about Jane Goodall? She's recent in our lives right now. She's often described as gifted because of her ability to connect with chimps, apes. And did you know she just passed away?
I did not. When did she pass away?
In the last week, I believe.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Amazing person and the foundation that she had, but she's often described as being gifted. Maybe one of our guests could send us a comment and say, here are my thoughts. Again, recently, one of my coworkers said he's been listening to the podcast and he has a relationship with God. We don't talk about it a lot, but it's been pretty fun to connect with him a little bit differently now that I know. And so I know that when
he gave you a gift.
He did, absolutely.
He gave you a gift.
Got a little bit more of a connection. I respect the hell out of this man too. He's a good dude. I bet he would be able to drop us a comment and say, hey, Tim and Ruthe.
Yeah. Can somebody out there listening? Come on.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Help a brother and sister out. Okay, so here's something. Some gifts arrive quietly. A morning that feels peaceful, a conversation that feels light, a deep breath that doesn't hurt. So
Man.
Because sometimes we're in the middle of chaos, and just to have a simple, peaceful morning is a gift. Or don't take it for granted. Gifts are because they're given to us, not because we picked it out. Do you ever catch yourself waiting for the next crisis? Like when you're during your crazy time, do you ever catch yourself waiting? Okay, what else is going to happen when I go to work today? What else is going to happen?
Not often, but occasionally, and mostly with work, because it's so unexpected and just like frenetic energy all the time, and people that don't often know how to enjoy normalcy, and it's like they seek out the next thing, like, what's that over there? Does that need to be fixed? Let's go over there. What's that? Did you do that? It's just like, oh my gosh, you guys, let's focus on something that's going well and enjoy it and enhance it and maybe grow to scale. If we have something good, let's make it good everywhere. But at work, yeah, and then I'll just be like, oh boy, what am I walking into today? What's going to happen next? And it's fine. I mean,
see, and I was the exact opposite. When I was at work, I could take any problem. I could help anybody through their problems. I could walk alongside the families and just bring comfort and peace when their children were sick or dying. But then I'd go home and I couldn't fix it. That was difficult. I was always going home knowing there was going to be something that was a crisis.
Well, and I mean, I can only imagine spending your day, walking through the adversity that you saw, which is life and death. And then you get home and it's a different adversity, but still needs to be walked through. It's like from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed, just like the most intense atmosphere surrounding you. And so that's a lot. You are gifted to be able to walk through that.
So define gifted then. We're getting back to that.
Well, let's go back to the horse whisperer.
Why did you choose the word gifted? What was it about gifted and not talented?
Well, if I was going to describe what it meant to be gifted versus talented, I think that gifted, someone just inherently is able to maintain patience. Like, I kind of think of that individual, a gifted individual. And what I mean by patience is, whether it's Mari D, working through mental illness patience, or maybe it's Henry and his patience to work side by side with someone that doesn't have the same value system, and he beats himself up, but really he's allowing others around him to be themselves, and he's allowing it. And if he could be confident in being himself, but also knowing like, well, that's just who you are. Like, I think that can be gifted, that ability to be patient with someone, because it's not always up to us to fix things, but in order to be patient around things that we don't agree with or are challenging, that can be hard. And it often allows me, when I'm in an environment that is chaotic and frenetic, and
you shut down, you get out of there.
No, I actually live in it, and I focus on my breathing. Your breathing is the only thing you have control over in your life. And so if whatever's happening around you is crazy, just...
I see you do that sometimes when we're talking. So should I take that as a sign,
because
a signal?
I don't need chaos around me in order to focus on my breathing. Like, I could just be like, if you think about it, okay, here's a great example. My favorite thing, a gift that's given to me multiple times a day, is when Gordy comes in from outside and it's been raining and his paws are wet. And he gets up on the steps and he puts his paws up, so he's kind of elevated like that. And I put one arm around him and I take the towel and I wipe his front foot, and I then wipe the other foot. And by the time I've gotten to his other foot, I'm giving him a full hug. And I lean my head into his neck and I take a big breath and I just...
You're taking it in.
And I hug him.
You took it in, because if that's ever not there, you can reflect back on that. That's a gift. You're right.
It's pretty great. And the fact that it started raining this morning, it was like, yay. Yeah, all right. Gordy, we get about 5 hugs today. Okay,
but now you're expecting it.
I know it's there. I know it's going to be there. Because if I don't wipe his paws off, then I've given Bethany a bad gift, a muddy house.
Oh, that would make her very happy.
I've enjoyed breaking down this topic, the gift.
I know. And when we have our guests in to join us, then we get to dive in even further. And I'm excited about that. But thought of something also I wanted to share with you after, if I may.
Share now.
Okay. So I'm driving with Karla on Peyton Drive, just going through the stoplight. And I said to her, because you have to use these moments to talk about things instead of just sitting down. And I said, Karla, I want to talk to you about the effects of radiation and what it can do to your brain. And she said, is it happening right now? Or is it a fact that it's going to happen? And I thought to myself, happening? No. Right now? Is it a fact? No. She said, then I don't want to talk about it. She gave her and me the gift of not worrying about tomorrow. I continue 20 years later to use that all the time, whether I'm conversating with someone or just for myself as a reminder. Anyway, so I wanted to share that with you.
That's nice. So as we finish up our first episode on the series of The Gift, I'm curious what scripture you've pulled out for us today, Ruthe.
Tim, I'm going to go back to the scripture, Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own.
You found it.
Of course I did. So, Tim, do you have a song ready for us today?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
I grabbed a song that took me back, made me feel back in high school, I think, was when this song came out. 98. This would have been in college. Okay. But Natalie Merchant.
I was raising babies. Sorry, that's when you said that, 98. That's when we moved to Chino Hills.
So Kind and Generous. It's a beautiful song. Talks about just giving thanks. I think one of the lines is, "Oh, I want to thank you for so many gifts." So that's
beautiful song.
That's on our playlist now.
Good for the heart, good for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for choosing that one. Tim, I think we had a great unexpected conversation.
It was great. I know we did something different today and had a good conversation. I really hope that it generates a lot of comments on our website.
And any clarity somebody could bring to questions that we have, don't even hesitate.
Drop some wisdom in those Instagram stories, guys.
We want to share it.
How can you take a moment to pause, be present, and recognize gifts that are given to you every day?
So for now, goodbye, friends.
Bye, everyone. We're so glad you're here. Did today's episode give you a little boost of hope and encouragement right when you needed it? If it did, we'd love it if you'd hit that like button, subscribe, and maybe even share it with someone who could use a little light today. For extra content and more from this podcast, make sure to follow us at Instagram at letitbe.podcast. And remember, there's still beauty unfolding in your story.